I just think this is so strange looking. I don't know. It's weird. Like last night after when I very first did it, I thought it was blood or something. Like, oh, but I know my gums aren't bleeding because I floss all the time. So, I just don't get how to crush my lip though. It's not like you sit there for an hour. It's like a second. But I don't know. I really feel like there's toxins that are having effects on our body. And, there is things that can cause people to get bruises real easy or all these different things that they've got all these autoimmune diseases and stuff. That's all coming from the toxins. So you can get any variation of that, especially when they're flooding you with toxins, which I know that they are. I feel bad for people who completely trust the government. But like I was saying, is that how many people have woke up to different things throughout this time, especially right now. It's been really waking people up fast. Like, oh my God, the schooling thing is just so insane. I can't imagine having kids in school anymore. I mean, it's sad because mine already went through the indoctrination camp. They even paid for further education because, got to build on that. So, yeah. Yeah, they're very locked in to the narrative. Very. But, people waking up to different things. Just like I saw another meme where it had the kids, they're all sitting very separated and they're in little tents with these on and everything else. And the thing said something about, oh, you wouldn't want your child to be homeschooled. Where's the socialization? Like, where is it now? Is that the reason to send your kids to school so they can be socialized? Because they're not. So think about that. They're not being educated. They're not being taught how to be independent, take care of themselves. They're not being taught life skills. They're not being taught. It would be so, so simple to teach kids a skill that they could use. I think when they started pushing so much for the university, for their diplomas and stuff, like, oh, I'm gonna get that diploma, that they took away all of there was still some, but it used to be when you were younger, you'd go try and be an electrician. Electricians made bank, man. Electrician, plumber, people that we needed, the people who kept our homes running and stuff. Those people would make a lot of money. And, those jobs would be like, oh, hell yeah, I want to. And you'd go get apprenticeships. You'd go work with a plumber for a certain amount of time. You'd make less money. You'd be kind of the grunt. But you'd learn a trade so that you could go be an independent plumber and you could be making a lot because they make a lot of money. Well, that went down a lot, when they started wanting, to go after a diploma. And then it makes those things, those services, like twice the price they should be because there's not enough of them. I mean, some of those people, you can have something broken in your house and you call them to get somebody to come out. It's like you wait 2 weeks to have somebody come out and fix something. That's why YouTube is great, man. You can go on there and start looking up like how to fix it. There's people on there that show you how to fix everything. I've done my washer, mower. Like, there's all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I mean, in the better way of doing things, it would have been, we would have continued that way. I've been watching this guy lately. It's a Navajo elder talking about like philosophy of the ancients and how they believe in raising families and stuff like that. And it's all the way that they want to be broken out of us. They want us dependent on them. They want us divided. They don't want us to be, little happy houses. And just think about this. When I've talked about this a lot, about how important it is to heal yourself. Oh, and that's one of the things that my daughter was telling me about this little girl who is, I can't go in and say this stuff, but one of the things that this child is completely out of control. But at 14, now she's decided that this would be a good time for her to go ahead and have a baby. It might help her calm down. This is exactly what I'm talking about, is people who have this in their head, like that a baby or a puppy or whatever, that's going to save them. That's going to make them feel better. It's only going to make your life about 200,000 times harder. But it's, and that's why we have these women who, they wanted to have these babies to save their marriage or whatever. And then when that marriage ends and they want to go with somebody else and they don't want kids, they wipe out their whole fucking family. It's like, that's not what they're there for. But, like back in when people were allowed to live out of the corporate life, like indigenous people were, then, well, they were until they weren't. But think about that as a young man, and the Vikings too. I'm sure all of the different tribes had their ways of doing this. But, it'd be like a brave should go out, live out in the woods for a month, or who knows, maybe they only had to do it a week. I don't know. In the Vikings, they showed that I think he had to do it for a season. Like he had to go out and be in winter by himself, but you come back a man. And that is kind of like, go out and find yourself. Go out and prove who you are to yourself. Learn about yourself. Then you're a man. Then you're ready for the next step. And that's what's been taken away. And women too, they had their own same kind of, traditions, or what would that be, like, the symbolic transition into being a woman. Oh, and another thing that I thought about too, about the underwear thing, because when they had started, I think, when underwear was necessary, it was for the long johns to either keep you warm or to keep you clean, because they never washed their jeans. Their jeans, I think you could stand their jeans in the corner. They didn't need to hang them up. But you never washed them. The jeans were like your outer protection, so they could be dirty, it didn't matter. But you wore the long johns underneath. You'd wash those, but you wore those to protect your skin. So then that makes sense, right? Underwear makes sense in that point. Or for a woman, when she needed to have her cycle, then she could wear the underwear, so she could put rags or whatever she used for absorbency in her underwear. And then it made sense, right? How did they ever start selling us on that we needed them for other things? You need them just to, especially when they wanted to, for women's especially, the price. And it's always going to be sexualized. I literally just saw a commercial a little while ago, and it was, I don't know, soft porn. A woman just totally into herself, into her body, and because she loves her lingerie so much, and just showing all this like lingerie and stuff. It's like, is that really appropriate? I don't know. I didn't grow up on commercials like that. That would have been, after 9 o'clock at night kind of stuff. Not in the middle of the fucking day. And, she's all like, and, I mean, when you got the Weinsteins of the world and the Cosbys running it, I mean, what do you expect? It's going to be some pervy stuff. Those guys are just two of them. I mean, there's lots of them. Lots and lots of them. And they're the ones who own everything. I wonder how bad Bezos is. I wonder if he is trying to really just escape these weirdos. I don't know. He had to step down. I think, I don't know. I mean, it's still, we're all going to be waiting to see, like, really who the bad people are. So we'll see soon enough. I think that it's got to be getting close. The stuff that's going on with the bank and stuff. Oh, I love that meme. Imagine if you are, imagine if your mom's a stripper and your dad's a crackhead and your dad's the president. That just is so perfect for what this world is right now. Fucking mess. And there was something I just wanted to say. Just went zipping by real quick. Well, I'll be back in a second. because I really wanted to talk about reincarnation and stuff, because, you know, that was one of the things that really drew me to doing my own channel, was when I would hear people talk about things, I'd be like, that's not right. There should at least, you know, I'm not going to go in and, you know, argue with somebody. It's all perspective. But at least there should be other information, so people have more, you know. We don't want just 2 books at the library. We want hundreds, so we can, you know, find out as much information as possible. This takedown on information it's so disgusting, and people are so ignorant. These Gestapo, you know, the Ted Royals of the world out there. I just can't even get over it. I wish I could just go through all of the stuff that was said to me. The conversations were so absolutely ridiculous and so exposing to me. To me, it had to have woken some people up. There had to be people who were silent, who were just watching this argument, because there was a couple of people who went in and said, like, like I think the second or third day, somebody went in and they weren't anywhere in the conversation at all that I ever saw, and they just went in, the battle rages on. It was like, and that was me against these psychos, you know, demanding that we all have free speech. It's so weird. But anyways, so there was a lot of stuff about reincarnation and stuff. I thought, I've been studying about reincarnation for a long time, and now seems to be the time that people are going to start wanting to have more information, especially when, you know, all the people are going to find out the manipulation and the lies about the Bible. You know, that's gonna put some people in a tailspin, I'll tell you what. All right, man. I mean, even with my mom and my friend who are super religious, who know that everything is built on lies, they're still like, nope, this is the truth. It's like, that's one of the biggest manipulations going on, is religion. Yeah, I mean, just think about it. Think about how easy it would be to control people. I mean, they've shown it. Yeah. I don't know. But everybody's not being able to see it all at the same time. So everybody is waking up at different times, you know, seeing different things at different times. And, you know, I mean, you have to see a lot of stuff to get to my level. Because I am definitely, you know, an explorer. I want to know more. I want to understand. I want to know what's going on behind that door over there. You know, I don't understand I think all these people could walk past all these closed doors and not even think, like, I wonder what's going on back there. What do you think? I don't know. Will you quit talking about that? Quit being so crazy. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go and talk about reincarnation some. Okay.